Have you ever stopped to think that you might be ignoring divine signs in your day-to-day life? It might seem like a controversial idea, but the truth is that God is constantly sending messages and guidance to lead us. Many of us, however, are so distracted by daily concerns that we end up not noticing these signs. What if I told you that recognizing these signs could bring a quick and profound reward to your spiritual life? Stay with me and find out how small details can reveal great divine messages. You are about to unveil secrets that can transform your faith journey and bring new Christian motivation to your daily life. And stay with me until the end, because I will reveal a sign that I am sure you are ignoring without realizing it. Let's start. The déjà vu experience, that strange feeling of having lived a moment before, might be more than just a mental glitch. For many, this phenomenon is seen as a divine sign, an indication that they are on the right path. Imagine walking down an unfamiliar street and suddenly everything seems familiar. Could it be that God is trying to show you something? Reflections like these can be an invitation to pay attention to the subtleties of life. Some spiritual traditions believe that déjà vu is a recognition of preordained experiences. It's as if somewhere in time we have already experienced that specific moment. It might sound a bit mysterious, but think of it as an opportunity to stop and reflect. What's happening around you? Is there an important decision to be made? Maybe in such moments, a silent prayer can bring clarity and understanding. For some, these moments are a gentle reminder from God, pointing to something we do not yet fully understand. Perhaps it's a reminder of faith, a call to trust again in the path laid out for us. In such a busy life, stopping to recognize a déjà vu can be a way to reconnect with biblical history and Jesus' teachings. After all, he also taught us to seek signs and be attentive to what the divine has to tell us. Déjà vu experiences can also be seen as a confirmation that we are on the right track. When these sensations arise during difficult decisions or life changes, it can be a sign that we are aligned with divine will. For instance, feeling a déjà vu when starting a new Christian motivation project can be an indication that this is the right direction. How about embracing this sensation with gratitude? Finally, reflecting on these déjà vu moments can be a powerful spiritual practice. Keeping a journal where we note these experiences can help identify patterns and messages. Moreover, discussing these sensations with friends or mentors can bring new perspectives and insights. After all, the spiritual journey is enriched when we share our experiences and learn from others, paving the way to explore the next divine sign in our lives. Have you ever had a déjà vu feeling that seemed like a divine sign? Leave your answer in the comments. Many people have reported feeling an inexplicable protection in moments of imminent danger, as if an invisible hand was guiding them to safety. This feeling can be interpreted as the intervention of God or angelic beings. It's not uncommon to hear stories of someone narrowly avoiding an accident, believing they were saved by a guardian angel. In the Psalms, we find promises of divine protection, reminding us that God is always by our side, even in the most difficult situations. This feeling of protection can arise suddenly and unexpectedly. Imagine a person about to cross the street and suddenly feels a strong intuition to stop. Seconds later, a car speeds by. It's in these moments that many recognize the divine hand acting in their lives. The Bible is full of accounts where God directly intervenes to protect his people, and these stories inspire us to trust in this supernatural protection. Reflecting on these moments can help strengthen our faith. When we look back and identify situations where we were inexplicably protected, it's hard not to feel gratitude and a renewed sense of security. For those who follow the Christian faith, these episodes are tangible reminders of God's ongoing care. Prayer can be a powerful tool to thank for this protection and to ask for wisdom to recognize these signs in the future. For example, a student might be walking late at night, feeling a growing fear, when suddenly a friend appears and offers a ride. This feeling of relief and safety can be seen as a sign that God is taking care of every detail of our lives. This motivates us to cultivate Christian habits that reinforce our connection with the divine, such as daily Bible reading and prayer. Many Christians believe that recognizing these moments is a way to be more attentive to God's presence. By sharing these experiences in the community, we can strengthen our collective faith and inspire one another. After all, feeling this inexplicable protection encourages us to continue trusting in divine providence, even when we face sudden and unexpected changes that life presents. Have you ever felt an inexplicable protection in moments of danger? Leave your answer in the comments. Abrupt life changes, such as losing a job or ending a relationship, can be extremely challenging. However, these transitions are often seen as divine signs, pushing us toward paths we wouldn't otherwise explore. Think of the biblical account of Jonah, whose plans were drastically altered and was led to a mission he had never imagined. God, in his infinite wisdom, can use these changes to guide us to a greater purpose. It's natural to feel resistance when confronted with unexpected changes. After all, uncertainty can be frightening. However, looking at these moments through the lens of faith can help us see hidden opportunities. When Jonah was swallowed by a great fish, he certainly didn't initially see it as something positive, but this experience transformed his life and strengthened his faith. Similarly, undesired changes in our lives can be the catalyst for profound spiritual growth. In our society, abrupt changes like losing a job can be devastating. However, these situations often force us to reevaluate our paths and discover new passions and vocations. If you find yourself in such a situation, consider seeking guidance through prayer and Bible reading. God may be opening doors you didn't even know existed. A new job or a new relationship can bring a satisfaction and purpose that seemed unattainable before. For example, someone who loses a job might discover a passion for teaching, starting a new career they had never considered. This new path can not only bring personal satisfaction, but also opportunities to serve God and the community in unprecedented ways. Accepting and adapting to these changes with faith and courage can reveal a path illuminated by the divine. Christian motivation can be a powerful guide in these moments of transition. Embracing these changes, it's essential to keep faith in God and trust that He has a plan for us. The biblical story is full of examples of individuals who faced drastic changes and emerged stronger and more aligned with God's purposes. Remember that although the path may be uncertain, you are never alone. Faith and prayer can provide the strength needed to navigate these transitions and discover the hidden blessings they bring. Has an unexpected change in your life led to a new opportunity? Leave your answer in the comments. In many cultures, animals are believed to be carriers of divine messages. In the Bible, we find examples like Balaam's donkey, which saw the angel of the Lord. This narrative illustrates how God can use even animals to communicate His will and guide humans. Today, seeing an animal acting unusually can be a sign to pay attention to subtle divine messages. For instance, imagine a bird that insists on landing on your window every morning. Initially, this might seem like a simple coincidence. However, reflecting on the animal's behavior can bring important insights. The bird might symbolize freedom, a new beginning, or even divine protection. Observing the animals around us, we can see that God uses various forms to communicate with us, often in unexpected ways. These encounters with animals can be opportunities to deepen our spiritual connection. In the frenzy of everyday life, stopping to observe and reflect on the presence of these beings can help us feel God's closeness. In moments of prayer, we can ask God for clarity to understand what He is trying to communicate through these natural messengers. Just as in the biblical story, these signs can be a form of guidance and protection in our lives. The story of St. Francis of Assisi, known for his deep connection with animals, is an inspiring example of how these beings can bring us closer to God. He saw in animals the simplicity and purity of divine creation. Following his example, we can find new Christian motivation to care for and respect nature, recognizing the important role animals play in our spiritual journey. Perhaps that dog that appears at your door every day is bringing more than just friendship. He might be bringing a divine message. Finally, integrating this perception into our Christian habits can help us be more attentive to the signs around us. Meditating on encounters with animals and being grateful for these interactions can strengthen our faith. By sharing these experiences with the community, we can inspire others to also pay attention to the signs God sends through nature. The presence of animals in our lives can be a constant reminder of God's creativity and love, inviting us to move forward with faith and courage. Have you ever noticed any unusual behavior from an animal that seemed to be a divine sign? Leave your answer in the comments. When a specific song or melody seems to follow us throughout the day, it can be a divine sign. Sometimes we wake up with a melody in our heads, and throughout the day it reappears in surprising ways. This might be more than just a coincidence. The lyrics or melody might contain an important message for our current moment. In David's story, music played a significant role in calming King Saul, showing music's power to convey peace and spiritual messages. Imagine dealing with a difficult situation, and a specific song starts to play repeatedly in your mind or in various places you frequent. Perhaps this song has lyrics about hope, faith, or overcoming. Don't ignore these moments. It could be God trying to communicate with you in a subtle way, offering comfort and guidance. Paying attention to the songs that repeatedly impact us can help us perceive divine messages hidden in the lyrics or melody. It's interesting to note how music can touch our soul in ways that words alone often cannot. A practical example is when we are in prayer or meditation, and a specific song comes to mind, bringing a sense of peace and connection with the divine. This experience can be a way for God to remind us of His presence and encourage us to continue trusting Him. Additionally, sharing these songs with friends or in Bible study groups can amplify this message and bring comfort to others. For Christians, praise and worship songs often carry deep emotional and spiritual significance. If you notice one of these songs consistently appearing in your life, it might be an invitation to deepen your connection with God. Take time to listen to the song attentively, reflecting on its words and allowing them to penetrate your heart. Music can be a powerful tool to strengthen faith and renew the spirit. By recognizing and valuing these repetitive musical experiences, we can integrate this practice into our daily Christian habits. Create a playlist of songs that touch your soul and use it as part of your prayer or meditation routine. This not only strengthens your faith, but also keeps you open to the messages God might be sending through these melodies. After all, music is a universal form of communication, and when combined with spirituality, it can bring a depth of meaning and connection with the divine that is truly transformative. Which song or melody seemed to follow you and brought an important message? Leave your answer in the comments. Many religious traditions believe in the presence of angels as God's messengers. These celestial beings are seen as intermediaries between the divine and humanity, bringing messages of comfort and protection. Feeling a comforting presence or noticing signs of protection in moments of danger can be interpreted as angelic intervention. In the Bible, angels appear in various instances to guide and protect humans, like in the case of Daniel in the lion's den. Imagine being in an extremely dangerous situation and suddenly feeling an inexplicable peace. It could be an accident avoided by seconds or a sense of calm amid chaos. Many report that these experiences are accompanied by a sensation of an invisible but reassuring presence. This could be an angel watching over you. Remembering such episodes can strengthen our faith and remind us that we are not alone. God, in His infinite goodness, sends His angels to protect us. Reflecting on these moments can help us recognize divine intervention in our lives. When we find ourselves in moments of doubt or fear, asking God to send His angels can bring a sense of security and peace. Additionally, the Bible encourages us to be aware of these celestial beings, as mentioned in Hebrews 13:2, where we are advised to be hospitable because without knowing, we might be hosting angels. For those who believe in angelic presence, recognizing these signs can be a point of spiritual connection. Imagine being in the middle of a crucial decision and suddenly feeling an invisible hand guiding your choice. Sharing these experiences with other Christians can be inspiring and strengthen the faith community. It's as if we are reminding each other of God's constant and careful presence in our lives. Finally, cultivating a sensitivity to perceive these angelic presences can be an enriching spiritual practice. Praying for discernment to recognize these moments, keeping a spiritual journal where these experiences are noted, and reflecting on them can strengthen our faith. Being attentive to these signs can remind us that we are under divine protection, and that even in the most difficult moments, there are angels around us, guiding and protecting every step we take. Have you ever felt a comforting presence in a moment of difficulty? Leave your answer in the comments. Feeling a deep peace when making a difficult decision can be a sign that we are aligned with divine will. This peace, which surpasses human understanding, is mentioned in Philippians 4:7. where we are encouraged to trust that the peace of God will guard our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. When faced with tough choices, this sense of tranquility can be an indicator that we are following the right path according to God's plans. Imagine being faced with a crucial decision, such as accepting a new job or moving to another city. Anxiety and uncertainty can easily take over. However, if after prayer and reflection you feel an inner peace, it's likely that this is the correct direction. This peace can be seen as God's hand guiding your choices, assuring that you are on the right path. Seeking this tranquility through prayer and Bible reading can bring clarity and security. This divine peace does not mean the absence of challenges or difficulties. On the contrary, it can be a feeling of serenity amid chaos. A practical example would be during a financial crisis. Making difficult decisions like reorganizing finances or changing consumption habits can be extremely stressful. However, feeling peace when implementing these changes can be a sign that God is guiding your actions. Christian habits such as practicing prayer and daily Bible reading can strengthen this feeling of peace. This peace can also serve as a guide in moments of moral or ethical uncertainty. For example, when deciding whether or not to make a large donation to a Christian cause, feeling peace after the decision can be a sign that you are aligned with divine will. God promises to guide our steps and give us the wisdom needed to make choices that honor His will. Trust this feeling of peace as a beacon in times of darkness and doubt. Finally, cultivating this sense of peace in moments of decision can become a valuable spiritual habit. Practicing meditation and prayer, seeking divine guidance before making major decisions, can bring a sense of calm and confidence. Sharing these experiences with a faith community can also offer support and validation, reminding us that we are not alone on this journey. By seeking this peace, we are in fact seeking the constant presence of God in our lives. Have you ever felt a deep peace when making a difficult decision? Leave your answer in the comments. Experiences of bright lights or supernatural illumination can be interpreted as divine signs. These manifestations are frequently described in the Bible, such as in the Transfiguration of Jesus, where his disciples witnessed a heavenly light illuminating Mount Tabor. Nowadays, many people report seeing inexplicable lights in moments of prayer or meditation, and these events are often interpreted as a glimpse of divine presence. Imagine yourself in a moment of deep prayer and suddenly a soft, bright light fills the room. This experience can be a sign that God is present, responding to your prayers and offering comfort. These moments of illumination can bring a sense of peace and clarity, helping to reinforce faith. It's as if God is saying, "I am here with you." Reflecting on these experiences and noting them in a spiritual journal can help better understand these divine manifestations. These experiences of light can occur in various forms. It might be a sudden beam of light, a soft glow around a person in a moment of need, or even a vision during meditation. Each of these experiences can serve as a powerful reminder of God's presence in our lives. For example, someone might be praying for guidance and upon opening their eyes, see a ray of light illuminating a specific Bible verse. This kind of experience can bring a sense of security and direction. For many Christians, these manifestations of light are a confirmation of angelic presence. Angels are often described as beings of light, bringing God's messages and offering protection. When we feel or see this light, it can be a sign that we are surrounded by these celestial beings. This can motivate us to continue our spiritual journey with more fervor and determination, knowing that we are not alone. Cultivating sensitivity to perceive these experiences can enrich our spiritual life. Practicing meditation and prayer regularly can open our hearts and minds to recognize these divine signs. Moreover, sharing these experiences with others can inspire and strengthen faith within the community. By valuing and reflecting on these supernatural lights, we can feel more deeply the presence of God in our lives, guiding and protecting every step of the way. Have you ever experienced supernatural illumination during prayer or meditation? Leave your answer in the comments. A persistent feeling of being called to a certain mission or vocation can be a divine sign. This calling can manifest as a deep passion or a constant desire to serve in a specific way. In the Bible, the example of Samuel, who was called by God in his childhood, shows us how this feeling can be clear and directing. Identifying and following this feeling of calling can lead to a more meaningful life aligned with the divine purpose. Imagine feeling a strong inclination to work with underprivileged children or to preach the gospel. This incessant desire might be God's way of communicating his purpose for you. When this feeling is accompanied by peace and joy, it's likely a sign that you are on the right path. Recognizing these callings and responding to them enthusiastically can transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. A practical example would be dedicating time to volunteering at a local charity, following the calling to serve. The feeling of vocation is not limited to grand missions. It can be something as simple as feeling called to be a good listener for friends in need, or to devote more intensely to prayer and Bible reading. These small callings are equally important and can have a significant impact. For instance, someone might feel a strong desire to start a Bible study group in their community, providing a space for collective spiritual growth. Recognizing and following these callings might require courage and faith. It's not always easy to abandon comfort and security to follow an unknown path. But trusting that God is guiding your steps can provide the necessary strength. Remember the story of Moses, who reluctantly accepted his calling to lead the Israelites, and how his obedience to God resulted in great miracles. Your own calling could be the beginning of a path filled with blessings and accomplishments. Finally, it is essential to cultivate an open and receptive heart to identify these callings. Practicing prayer and meditation regularly can help tune your spirit to the divine will. Talking with spiritual mentors or participating in religious retreats can provide clarity and confirmation about your calling. Following these feelings of vocation with faith and determination can lead to a life rich in purpose and alignment with God's plans. Do you feel that you have a specific calling or vocation given by God? Leave your answer in the comments. Receiving help, resources, or supplies unexpectedly can be a sign of divine providence. In the biblical story of manna in the desert, God provided for the Israelites in surprising and miraculous ways. Today, when we receive unexpected help, whether financial, emotional, or practical, we can see it as a way of God showing that He cares for us. Recognizing and being grateful for these unexpected provisions can help us trust more deeply in divine providence. Imagine facing financial difficulty and suddenly a friend offers a loan without you asking. Or perhaps you are going through an emotional tough time and a stranger makes a kind gesture that brightens your day. These moments are not just coincidences, they can be signs that God is attentive to your needs and working through the people around you. It's important to be open to receiving these blessings and see them as God's hand at work. These unexpected provisions can also come from less obvious sources. It might be a job opportunity that arises at just the right moment, or wise advice from a colleague at work. In such moments, God is using various means to meet your needs. For Christians, it is essential to maintain an attitude of gratitude and be attentive to these signs of divine provision. Practices like thanksgiving prayers and tithing can be ways to express our gratitude and recognition for these blessings. The story of George Muller, a devout Christian who ran orphanages in 19th century England, is an inspiring example of trusting in divine provision. He never directly asked for donations but prayed fervently for supplies. And miraculously, he always received what he needed, often at the last possible moment. His unwavering faith and the numerous accounts of unexpected provisions are powerful testimonies that God cares for us in all circumstances. Finally, recognizing these resources and unexpected supplies as divine signs can strengthen our faith and trust in God. By sharing these experiences with others, we can encourage and inspire our faith community. Gratitude is a powerful practice that keeps us connected to God's generosity. So next time you receive an unexpected blessing, remember to be thankful and see it as a sign of God's constant presence and care in your life. Have you received help or resources unexpectedly at a crucial moment? Leave your answer in the comments. Now that you know the divine signs that may be present in your life, it's time to apply them. Think about moments of déjà vu, inexplicable protection, unexpected changes, angelic presences and resources that come out of nowhere. Reflect on how these signs might be guiding you daily. Start observing and valuing these moments by noting your experiences and sharing them with your faith community. Which divine sign have you noticed but ignored? How can you pay more attention from now on? Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to continue learning about how to strengthen your Christian walk. And don't forget to watch the next video that will appear on the screen to complement what you've just learned. Let's go on this faith journey together.